Hello everyone, and welcome back to Under the Brick and Knuckles. And today I'm going to be covering set 76996, Knuckles' Guardian Mech from LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog. So, as some of you may know, or you've guessed, I'm a bit of a Sonic fan since I use some of the music in my videos. And I thought today, with the Knuckles TV show coming out, I thought it would be kind of cool to cover this set because, timing. Anyway, so let's just jump right into this set and see what it's all about then. And I thought there was no better place to start than with, Knuckles himself, and, here he is. And man, he's been a long time coming for some people. I remember vaguely when the Sonic sets were first revealed, everyone was speculating that Knuckles was going to be in one of the sets, and, one of the sets hadn't been revealed at the time, and it was that one Eggman set, and then it turned out Knuckles wasn't in it, and everyone, had a big sigh, sigh together, but then Sega accidentally revealed his figure through, like, a pre-order bonus, but, now we got to think, we now have Knuckles here in front of us, and that's pretty much all what we always wanted anyway, wasn't it? So Knuckles here has a unique moulded head, and these two new gauntlet pieces. Well, one gauntlet piece that's used twice. And they're made to resemble his iconic gloves, and it works really well. Don't look up, though, why they're spiked. I just want to mention that it's a little bit weird. Anyway, with Knuckles though, he really works as a figure. He also has a pair of dual molded legs that look really good. They're detailed really nicely, though I wish there was maybe just a touch of grey on them somewhere, just to indicate towards, the buckles on his shoes that look like 2x3s. Everyone's made that joke. Everyone's made the joke that they resemble Lego bricks. Anyway, still, that's not going to distract from the fact that this figure is pretty good. And now that we have Knuckles, we can finally complete Team Sonic. Speaking of completing trios though, so we move on to Rouge, the Bat, and I was a little bit confused when I mentioned the little team comparison. I was getting the Adventure 2 cast mixed up with the Heroes cast, but still you can complete your Adventure 2 set of figures if you really wanted to. Anyway, onto Rouge herself. She's a really nice little figure. She has a unique moulded head like the rest of the cast, alongside a little set of bat wings. Though I think there was maybe a better choice they could have used. I was thinking of the ones from that one dragon figure from the video sets. They've never released them in purple, so I can't really change them, but still, I don't know, the wings just seem a little bit small for her. Onto the figure herself, she has a set of dual moulded arms that are made to look like her long gloves, and then her legs are similarly dual moulded too to give her little boots. They even printed the little heart on the front of them as well. I just think that's a neat touch. The head itself is really nice too. It captures her character really well. Also, side mention, on both her and Knuckles they both have back printing, and I just thought it was kind of a cute touch that they both gave them that. Still though, Rouge is a really nice figure, and she's a nice inclusion to the cast as well. I do hope we get some other female cast members though. A character like Blaze would be quite cool, and maybe even some of the IDW characters as well, like Tangle and Whisper, especially Surge. I think they would all work really well as figures, and it would maybe even the cast out a little bit as well. Anyway, so let's move on to the builds and see if they stack up to the figures. And so now we're on to the builds of the set, and I wanted to start off with, Rouge's quarter, and then Knuckles' quarter, and then Knuckles' other half. One side's is Rouge, and the other side's is Knuckles, so, I thought that'd be kind of neat. So Rouge here has this little flyer, and when this was leaked, and they said it was a glider, I was pitching a slightly different build. But here, this is really cute, I love it. It reminds me of something that would have come out of Chima, if Chima lasted any longer than it did. And here it's made to resemble a little bat, even using the little heart pieces to make a little nose up front. And here it has a little play feature where on the bottom of it there's a stud, and you can fly up to the Master Emerald here and pick it up. True to her character, am I right? Moving on to the Master Emerald though, it's an interesting little piece that I've never seen before, and it turns out it's from a Disney princess set. When this set first got revealed, I was trying to figure out if this was a new mold or not, though I later found out it did come from one of those because I saw one in person and I went, oh, it's from that. Anyway, to the part itself, it can be opened and it has a set of 3 little emeralds inside. Possible reference to Adventure 2, just saying. I think someone's already pointed that out, but still I think it's kind of neat that they put 3 of them in there. The little build here though is kind of neat, though later this year we are getting another Master Emerald build according to some leaks, so I'm curious to know what they'll be doing with that. All I could really picture is them maybe making a brick built one out of some translucent green pieces, a few cheese slopes, that kind of thing, though I wouldn't put it past them to maybe make a new mold that could be used across other themes. Let's move on to the last build of the set, because this one is going to be kind of weird to explain. And so we have the last build of the set being the main bulk of it, and the other half I was saying, the quarter and the half for Knuckles and the quarter for Rouge. Anyway, and here it is. It's this mech for Knuckles to guard the Master Emerald with, and by LEGO mech standards, it's pretty alright. I think there's been other ones that have not been very good. Anyway, still, here's the mech. and I do kind of like it. I do like the idea that they've tried to capture Knuckles' character within it, though while I was looking at it, it kind of reminded me of something else. Anyway, I'm probably just seeing things. To the mech itself, they've captured Knuckles' sort of characteristics in it, from the larger slope pieces on top to resemble his spines, and the fact that they've made these little brick-built versions of his gloves, even to the shoes that have a little nod, and I'm going to say nod because I mentioned this earlier with the Knuckles figure itself, to the fact that it has a little 2x2 part on it, probably to resemble the 2x3. You see, on the main build of the mech, it uses a handful of those pre-bent limb pieces, and I do kind of like them, and I have come around on them recently. I'm not 100% sure about them. LEGO has tried to sort of bulk them up a little bit more by using 2 of them on the legs and 1 of them on each of the arms, though they have left them a little bit gappy still, but they have tried to cover them up too, and I kind of like that, and they do work well as a sort of skeleton for the mech to sort of work off of, but still they have left them kind of gappy. And they've also left a lot of the black joint pieces in still, though I wish they would have covered them up with a snot technique, and I think that would have been welcomed. Still though, it doesn't look too bad. It just sort of breaks up the colour scheme a little bit for me. On the cockpit itself, there's a little seat for Knuckles to sit on, and he has a little set of handlebars to loosely hang on to, let's put it that way. To either side of him, and there are some stud shooters that I presume are shooting some form of Master Emerald energy. Though when I said this mech was a little bit weird, it was more because I was thinking of the slightly insane echidna lore from the comics about how they're a technologically advanced race, and it feels like maybe a mech wouldn't really be out of the question for them to protect something. Like the original Archie lore for the echidnas, it is very much insane. Like, it goes kind of off the rails at some point. So that's what I mean. I think a mech wouldn't really be out of the question for Knuckles to own. And totally not I'm referencing that, and I'm just sort of drawing parallels because I think that's kind of funny. LEGO has made this mech for him, and it's an okay enough mech, really, at the end of the day. You can't really complain about a fine LEGO mech, really. I mean, like I said, there's been worse mechs, but then at the same time there have been really good mechs, and I like the fact that this one is nice enough as it is. So let's move on to the final verdict of this set. My final kind of verdict for this set kind of falls into 2 different camps. One side is a LEGO fan, the other side is a Sonic fan, and when you put them together you get something worse. Sorry, I meant what you get is you get my thoughts on this set. As a LEGO fan, I think the mech is okay enough. It's a welcomed enough mech, there's some interesting pieces and parts to it, but I really wouldn't get it on its own. However, since they stuck Knuckles in the set, I brought it because I was really looking forward to it. And to be honest, having Knuckles and Rouge now, it really completes the Sonic cast. Though I do hope we get some more cast members, and that's not even just some of the female cast. Some of the other IDW characters would be really cool. And to be honest, they're still missing off 1 or 2 other characters. Like Big, Silver, Blaze. Like, I'm hoping we do get them. Though Big is rumoured for a set, apparently. So, we're getting Big before Silver. Let that settle in. Big the Cat is coming before Silver the Hedgehog. Who are we going to get next? Are we going to get Manic and Sonya? We're going to get, the most important character of them all, Sonic Man? I just want to say that I had a bit of a moment of weakness there. I went on a little rant about how much I thought Sonic Man could be a figure, and I've recomposed myself a little bit, and I think I'm ready to move on to the last segment of this video, and I hope my point comes across that I think this set is fine enough as a set, but as a Sonic fan, I thought this set was really good, and I don't know why we're getting Big the Cat instead of Silver the Hedgehog. I don't know. So, that just happened. Anyway, what do you think of this set? Do you have this set? Leave your thoughts down below. And maybe when you're down there, maybe consider subscribing as well for future news, reviews, and maybe even some mocks. And that's me, under the brick, saying goodbye, and see you next time.